Welcome everybody to the Pork and Reviews. Once again, I'm your host Pork, and I'm always joined by the lovely Lady Tano. How you doing, Lady Tano?
Good.
We have a real treat for you all today. We just got back from the movies from watching a Journal for Jordan, directed by Denzel Washington. Just got back from the movies probably 10 minutes ago. As of the recording of this video, we couldn't wait to actually sit here and talk about this movie. Just really quick, if you guys aren't aware, Journal for Jordan, directed by Denzel Washington, starring Michael B. Jordan and what's the name of? I'm really sorry. Her name is Shantae Adams. Are the two leads for the movie. Movie. It tells a story of a young couple that get together. Uh, you know, the Michael B. Jordan's character is a member of the U.S. Army. He around this is circa Iraq War 2.0.
Starts off in the late 90s.
Yeah, it starts off in the late 90s. It tells their story. I don't want to get into too much spoilers. That's going to be the second part of our video. So right now, I really just want to talk about kind of technical aspects. It tells the story of this young couple throughout their lives. It's a really tough watch at some points, but the movie was phenomenal. I just want to say that. Like, I'm gonna start saying I'm gonna say this was a 4-star movie, 4 out of 4, all day with this movie. If you don't want to know anything else at this point, like, it's that good.
Yeah.
4 out of 4 stars. Go watch this movie. Writing is great. Acting is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everything about this movie was great. For me, it is the best movie of the year. Anything you need to add?
Yeah, 4 out of 4 stars, and for me, it's tied with the best movie of the year. With it's tied with Blue Bayou.
Blue
but
Bayou,
yeah, but it's up there. So I highly recommend this movie.
Yeah.
It was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I mean, bring the Kleenex. When we walked out that theater, the entire I cannot emphasize this enough, guys. The entire movie theater walked out in tears. Yours truly. I wasn't the only tough looking dude in that theater. Everybody was sniffling.
Everybody was looking for the napkins that you get at the concession. You know, when you get your popcorn and your pop, everyone was looking for their napkins.
Yeah. I think this is a very important movie for our times. It's really a movie that really is about bringing everybody together, celebrating family. If you don't like family values, you are going to hate this movie. I'll be honest with you. If you don't like, if you roll your eyes at like family and like religion and all these type of like awesome things, like, you're gonna hate this movie. But if you're like me and Lady Tano, and you really are big on like the whole like family values, old school family values, things like that, traditions. This is the movie for you. This is the movie for you and your family. This movie is 100% family safe. I really believe that. There's a couple of racy scenes, but
yeah,
the movie's PG-13, people. It's PG-13. It's phenomenal. That being said, I'm gonna say, if you are already seen this movie or you don't care about spoilers, continue to watch. If you are going to watch this movie and you do care about spoilers, I am giving you about 15 seconds to like just shut this video off at this time.
And then come back and watch it.
Come see us in a few weeks after you see it. I think it opens wide Christmas Day, if I'm not mistaken. It opens wide Christmas Day. I think it's only showing for one day, and that was today, December 4th, until the wide release.
Again, a couple racy scenes, but I don't think it's any more than what is shown.
Nothing worse than you can see on TV.
Yeah.
Nothing worse you can see on TV.
Yeah.
Truth.
And then besides those short moments, everything else is super family friendly.
Now, spoilers. this
So
isn't
we've
this
gotten
is
part 2.
this is
with
not a this is
spoilers.
not a kids movie.
It's
Like
not.
we're talking about this is a family film. It is about family. But it's not like a bring your kids type of movie to the movie theater. It's very tough themes, and and so, oh my god, what
But
a great
it's
movie.
highly family oriented.
So guys, going forward, this is nothing but spoilers. Going forward, this is spoilers. Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel, you have made the best movie for me of this year. I think, the way, so the movie sets up right away that we know that Michael B. Jordan's character dies. That he dies at some point during this timeline. And you know that very early. It's not even a huge spoiler. If you saw the trailer, it's kind of implied. And it's kind of like it's coming. You don't know how they're gonna handle it when and then when it's in the part where you're gonna experience this, it doesn't make it any less heartbreaking. It doesn't make it any less impactful. It actually just kind of really ties everything together at the end of the movie, and it's done so beautifully. I really appreciated the way that Denzel is the director and Michael B. Jordan and oh my god, I'm gonna forget her name again because I'm terrible. Shantae Adams. I really like the way that they approach this material. These people just felt like real people to me.
So I was gonna actually mention that. So first of all, I was completely captivated by the movie first minute. It didn't take long, and after, from the beginning to the end, I was completely into the movie. I did not get bored at any point. I didn't think that the movie went too slow. I have to say that sometimes you listen to songs, and I do, and I say to myself, when I really love a song and I say this is a perfect song, nothing could be different, I couldn't, it's just so perfect. And I feel that way about this movie. It was so perfect. The pacing of the movie was great. I feel like I learned so much about the characters. There's so much character development that I felt like I knew them. Yeah. I felt like I knew them. And you mentioned a word which it just sticks out to me so much, is it's just a beautiful movie. It's truly a beautiful movie. I mean, and it tackles so many it addresses so many different aspects of life. So many different just issues, or just like I said, just it's life, and it's just so awesome. I love this movie.
It really is that good, and the way the story is told, it's not like from point A to point B. We're cutting back and forth across, different time periods in their lives, and the way it's put together, it's poetry. The scenes they're just not arbitrarily spread out across the movie. Everything is supporting, there's the current timeline, and then there's the flashbacks, and everything's just kind of really supporting that, and it's done so well. When especially once the journal gets into that kid's hand, towards the third act of that movie, does everything really start really coming together. Yeah. And the last 20 minutes of that movie is a tear fest. It was the craziest experience.
Everyone was just
it was the craziest experience. It was just all of a sudden the sniffles just
the whole movie theater.
Whole theater. And we're not talking about a movie theater that wasn't empty. There's quite a few people in there. It's such an American story, and I mean that in the best way possible. I'm talking about and it's an American story in the same way that Rocky is an American story. that Scarface is an American Story. All of those just kind of like iconic just movies and films. This needs a place up there. It's a very just the subject matter of those who have dealt with losing loved ones in war and having to deal with the aftermath of that, and your relationships with family. I mean, it's a movie that it's a movie that you're gonna carry. You're carrying it with you. Yeah.
Country. It's career, friendships. It just
it tackles it tackles a lot of like issues that we've been dealing with in this country. Obviously America. I'm talking about America. But it's a lot. It tackles a lot of issues that we've been dealing in this country in a very respectful, poignant way. Where, and a lot of movies are sitting here and dividing us, and that's the truth. This is the first time I have seen a movie in a long time, where I felt like the movie had like really bring everybody together with this story.
It finds commonalities like amongst each other,
it's just. I mean, I'm getting emotional just even talking about it. That's how great it was. And it's a movie that I feel like we all really, really needed right now. If Michael B. Jordan does not get an acting nod for this, the Academy Awards are garbage. Throw them out. I mean, they've been garbage for a long time. But I mean, Michael B. Jordan, these are the only type of movies you need to be making from now on. Don't waste your time on bullshit anymore. He is one of the great actors of this generation.
He is.
You know what I mean? Like,
he is.
Like, he's going to be that guy 20, 30 years from now. You're going to watch as he's like in his prime because he's getting better and better and better. And you're going to be like, man, I remember.
He's another Denzel. He's amazing. Yeah.
It's, man, I almost don't have words, people. It's just nuts. It's nuts. Think about it. This movie is leaving me, the guy that won't shut up. It's leaving me at a loss for words.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful movie. It's, as you said, it's poetry, and I think that you should all watch it.
Yeah. I didn't realize that it was, I didn't realize it was based on a true story. So now I'm gonna probably have to go and look up the book. Was it a memoir or a book or something?
It's the wife.
Yeah, from the wife's perspective. So I'm definitely gonna have to look into that because I needs to know more about this this whole situation, and
so thank you to her for sharing her story.
Yeah.
Her family story, and thank you to Denzel for
bringing it to light. Bringing it to light.
Yes.
Because
such a wonderful way too, in such a beautiful way.
Yeah.
It's a sad story. It's touching, but at the same time it's beautiful, and in a way it's also uplifting.
The only part that I was like, just early in the beginning, was when Michael B. Jordan's character Charles, right, when he was trying to court this girl and she's playing hard to get, and it's like, oh my god, girl, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Like,
she was playing a little too
hard to get, like, dude, like.
And then also it didn't help that it's Michael B. Jordan that we're looking at over here, and everyone's like, what's going on here?
Yeah, it was so good because every time that dude came on screen, if he didn't even, if he had on his little like tank top or his
the women,
you just heard all this like
and giggly,
and then all of a sudden this girl's playing hard to get with this homie.
We're like, I don't know about that.
I was like, girl, what's wrong with you? And it has a lot of good moments like that too, guys. I mean, it's it's a love story like as deep and as like heartfelt as like The Notebook. You've never seen that.
I've never seen The Notebook. I've never seen The Notebook. Yes, I know. Everybody's always like, what?
But, you know, for those of you who have, most, as in 99% of the world, you know, the love story is like kind of that deep and that heart, that heavy, you know? This desperation behind it. And you do feel that, especially with like the upcoming war. You know, you get these placeholders about what time period we're in. So we know the inevitable's coming, right? Like, we know our history, we know our modern history, we know the inevitable's coming, and you do get this desperation, like, oh my god, like, I feel like there's not enough time left here, because, you know it's coming. Like I said, they set up early on in the movie that Charles, you know, passes away. They don't say how necessarily, but, you know, it's kind of very early on. You know it's going to be due to war.
You know it's coming, yet it still hits you so hard because the movie does such a great job at building the characters.
And at that point, you don't want it to come.
I swear to you, you feel like you know them. Yeah. You feel like they're your friends or something. Yeah. And it hits you. Yeah. It hits you hard.
I'm really at a loss for words with this one, guys. It's an experience. And it's an experience that you all need to see. Especially if you're American. Like, go watch this movie. This isn't a black story. This isn't a white story. This isn't a Hispanic story. This is an American story. And it's a story that hits everybody. Everybody in that movie theater felt it. And I think that you owe it to yourselves to experience this film. If you're going to watch any film this Christmas season, this award season,
yes.
If you're going to watch any film, forget West Side Story. You know that story already. Forget Spider-Man. You can catch that soon on streaming platforms, right? Go watch this film. Support this film.
Yes.
Support this film.
We need
more movies. We need more films like this made.
Yeah.
You know, this is film. This is art. This is cinema. These are the movies that people need to go out to watch. And sometimes you need to go and forget about the popcorn stuff.
And the explosions.
And the CGI and all that. You really, you know, sometimes you got to face reality in film. I know we like to use film to escape, but we also need art in general, film, whatever it is that you indulge in. You need that sometimes to remind you of what's important in life, to see things through different filters. So if you're gonna watch one movie this season, watch this film. Watch this film. This is the movie to watch. This is a good movie to go and watch over the holidays with your family. If you have, you know, hanging out with your moms and pops for the holidays, this is the movie you go take them to go see. You don't have to have any awkward parts. You're going to feel awkward around your parents. With any stuff. There's no harsh language in this movie that's going to make you uncomfortable. This is a movie that Denzel knew what he was doing. Denzel was 100% trying to bring people together. Whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's people who you are not necessarily even seeing eye to eye with.
And I also wanted to, you know, because we mentioned the couple of racy scenes, but they were tastefully done. They were tastefully done, and they were so like respectful and beautiful. It was artistic. Yeah. It wasn't like, you know,
it wasn't gratuitous.
You know, the stuff that we see all the time. Yeah. You know, in movies and TV.
It didn't need to be that at all. It didn't need to be that.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, that's all I really have. That's all I can really say with this one, guys. It's that good. It really is that good. Go check this movie out. Support this movie.
Yes.
Hopefully they continue making more movies like this. Because this stuff is gold.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add? No?
That's it.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you all so much for watching this channel. If you liked what you've seen, of course, please like, subscribe to the channel. This is like prime movie season for us, so we're going kind of going movies every week for the last like 3 months. But this is like this is where the good stuff is coming. You know.
Well, there's already been some really good stuff that I'm thinking.
Yeah, we'll put a top 10 list together for the year.
Yeah.
You know, our recommendations. But if like I said, you know, subscribe to the channel. Support this film. I really think it's that important. Support this film. Please leave your comments. If you did watch the movie, let us know what you think about the movie in the comments. I'm curious what you all thought about this movie. You know, if you disagree with me, let me know. I'm curious why. I want to know your opinions on this. For me, I just felt it was that important. I feel like this movie's that important to go watch.
Yeah.
As always, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, God bless.